First, though, he was known as the father of the railways, and long before we started worrying about the pros and cons of high-speed rail links or HS2 or HS3 or whatever you want to call it, George Stephenson had already put Liverpool firmly on the railway map. Now a group of enthusiasts are looking to create a museum in the city which would allow the events of the 1820s and 30s to be brought to life again. Bill Harper joins me in the studio now. Hello, Bill.
Hello.
So just tell me a little bit about what you're doing, if you like, to create a museum in the city.
Okay, well, the first thing is that we've been discussing with the council for the last 4 months about a site in the dock entrance of the Wapping Tunnel to create a small museum. I see this as a pilot scheme, really, but the council have given me, we've worked out a formula between us which will be acceptable to them, providing that we can meet building control standards and planning applications, the normal requirements.
Just explain, how did George Stephenson put Liverpool on the railway map then, as I said?
Well, it's a long story, and that's going to be the core material within the museum, the story of George Stephenson and how he did that. But essentially, he built the first mechanical transport system which didn't use horses in the world between Liverpool and Manchester.
So, I mean, Liverpool has got a really kind of strong place in railway history, hasn't it?
Oh, undoubtedly. You know, this railway is associated usually in most people's minds with Rainhill and with Manchester, and seldom with Liverpool, unfortunately. But in actual fact, the company that built this railway line was a Liverpool-based company. It was based in Clayton Square. George Stephenson, throughout the period that he was working on the job, which is about 4 years, from 1826 to 1830, he lived in 34 Upper Parliament Street. His whole philosophy was based around the Liverpool company. There's no question this is definitely a Liverpool project, and everybody who knows agrees with that.
And for most people who travel via the railways and go into Lime Street, they'll go through Edge Hill Station, which looks now like any other sort of ordinary railway station, but that's huge significance, doesn't it?
It does. Edge Hill Railway Station, you've got to be quite clear about this if you read the story. That came 6 years later.
Right.
The real groundbreaking job was done with the Edge Hill engine station. Okay, that was the hub of the network in Liverpool. From the Edge Hill engine station, which is near Taskers in Liverpool, you have two tunnels, one 1.25 miles underneath the city, drilled through solid sandstone, right down to the docks. And that was the original plan. Stephenson persuaded them to cut in another tunnel up to a passenger station, and nobody had thought really of having passengers on this line. It was there to carry cotton to and from Manchester. So you've got the Edge Hill station there, the Edge Hill engine station. You've got the tunnel down to the docks, and you've got the tunnel up to the Crown Street passenger station.
Right. And in terms of the museum, how far are you along the process of making this happen?
We're really at the beginning of this. We've just completed those negotiations, and we've still got to submit the planning application yet, which will kick the thing into life.
And in terms of financing it, I mean, are you hoping for support there as well?
Yes, we are indeed. Yes, that's going to be the biggest hurdle, obviously.
And who will you be looking? You know, I mean, are you almost saying, you know, if anyone can help, then please get in touch?
Yes, certainly. You know, obviously we're going to have to get together an awful lot of money. We will be entering into all sorts of fundraising activities. We've got a group called the Friends of the Liverpool and Manchester Railway, and we'll be doing that via our website and via collections and approaching benefactors as well.
And railway tourism, is that a big industry? Could this really be a big boost for Liverpool?
It certainly is. If you look at the National Railway Museum in York, they attract something like 800,000 visitors a year, right? The museum at the other end of this same line capitalise on that far better than we did. and they attract 800,000 visitors a year.
Wow. Yeah, so that's some figures, absolutely. Yeah. Well, good luck with it. And, you know, fingers crossed we get a really, really big and decent tourist attraction for Liverpool as well, Bill. Thanks for coming in.
Can I just mention our website?
Sure, go ahead,
it's under construction as yet, but give us a day or two and we'll get it finished. It's called www.moorisharch.org.uk.
Okay, great stuff. People will have a look at that if they want to, and thanks for coming in. Cheers.